Hello everybody, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. Guys, gals, I think we spoke before several times about temporary resident visas to Canada. We spoke about the major principle on how officers look at temporary visa applications. We spoke before and we clearly explained that your documents submitted for temporary visa have to satisfy or have to answer two major questions. Why you come into Canada and what will make you return back home. Why you come into Canada, we discussed it in detail, so you got to have a solid reason for travel. Now, I want to talk today about reasons for return. How to prove to officers that on a balance of probabilities, or in other words, statistically based, you will be able to return back home. So what will make you return back home in the eyes of a visa officer? Now, let's talk about the major factors. The principal one will probably be your family. So if you get your kids, if you get your wife or husband left back home, if your family is staying there, it is a good, solid reason. Now, quite often I'm asked if, well, I got elderly parents. They're staying back home in, I don't know, Pakistan, in Philippines. Won't it be a good reason for return? Usually no. Usually parents, they are able to take care of themselves unless you specifically demonstrate that your parents, they are dependent on you and you're providing them care on a daily basis and they will not survive without you. That could be a reason. However, these ties are considered to be weaker compared to those when you're saying that my wife is staying home, my kids are staying home. Now, second reason would be any other obligations which you have there. You got a job, and it's a solid job with a pretty much good remuneration, so you're paid well, you got absence of leave, it is signed by the company, it is signed by your employer, stating specifically that yes, we understand that our employee would be traveling to Canada during his or her vacations for a week, for a couple of weeks, right? And we are waiting for him or her to return back home. You got a business back home, and it's not just a registered dummy business. The fact that you own a company and it's registered in your name does not prove anything yet. But if it's a company where you could say that there are financial transactions, that it's an existing business and this business will be waiting for you to return back, you will not be able to leave it as is, that could be a good point. Now, another quite confusing thing is property, real estate. Sometimes I'm asked, like, well, what if I got real estate back home? Will it be a proof? Will it be a strong point? Because I got an apartment somewhere in Sri Lanka. An apartment itself, a house itself, does not prove anything. Say if you got several properties and you rent them out, so you run it as a business, that could be a strong point. The fact that you own a house somewhere by itself does not prove anything. Can you sell your house remotely if necessary? Yes. Can you leave your house given power of attorney to manage it to somebody else? Yes, you can. So the house itself, the fact that you own your apartment, the fact that you own a house, that you own a piece of land is not a solid proof of return. So don't be surprised when officers are saying, well, we're not satisfied with your ties to the home country compared to ties to Canada, even though you submitted your property ownership. So when it comes to those ties, of course, all of this mentioned by me, they sum up in total. So you got this, you got this, you got that, you got that. It could come up to the story. So officers will consider the complete picture. And as I said, the first part of it, why am I coming to Canada? And the second one, which we're focusing today, is what will make me return back home. If it's a business, if it's a family, if it's a property, if it's obligations, if I got a business trip later on, all together, it could work out to prove to officers that yes, this is a genuine reason for me to get back home. If it's just a property, or if it's just parents who are waiting for my return, probably it will not be satisfactory enough to for your visa to be granted. If you want to discuss your particular situation, I know there are lots and lots of those, and it's quite difficult to answer all of the questions during our short videos. Feel free to drop us a line. We'll be glad to sit one-on-one and discuss it with you and make sure that your case is made stronger. Stay tuned with us and, of course, subscribe for the channel.